My name's John Hunter. I run Cuestars with competitions in the south of England. I'm also created the Cuestars Academy, which is snooker routines for the table. Brilliant. With Billy Castle today, and you've got to be on your best behaviour, all right?
Yeah,
if that's possible.
Promise.
All right, yeah, there's things. Right now, Billy is a trailblazer for Cuestars. He was the first regular Cuestars player to become a professional. How many years on the tour? It was
4 years on the tour.
4 years on the tour.
Yeah, and I spent obviously a year on the top ups and all that.
Yeah.
So I spent quite a bit of time around the tour, like maybe 6 years altogether, but obviously 4 years on the main tour as a pro.
Yeah, that's right. And what I was so proud of your achievement because it came on the back of winning the Cuestars Championship Tour.
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah.
So, and then that gave you the money to play in.
Yeah, I remember when the idea came about of you doing the Cuestars. I remember being sat at home and thinking, "Oh, it's a great idea, John. Next year the ranking list. There's a bit of a meaning to it.
Yeah,
obviously winning it for the Q score, which I've done last year also. So obviously when you got to pay for Q score, it helps you out massively.
Yeah, no, it was good to be able to introduce that. That's still going, which is great.
Yeah,
and then for junior players, now we've got Joe Perry putting up another Q school place for under 21s as well, which is fantastic. Now, quite some good success on the tour, I thought, because you turned over Ronnie O'Sullivan, Jimmy White.
Yeah, I mean,
which were great wins.
Great wins,
especially in the nature of them, you know.
Yeah, because the way of playing them two in London, well, at Watford, with all the support they got, it was a bit like it wasn't just a shootout frame really. You were playing everyone, but I mean, to hold yourself together in the middle of some frames when you had a chance was what I was quite pleased about. Yeah,
that's what it's all about, isn't it?
Yeah,
you really find out, you know, whether you can deal with that or not. But yeah, that's brilliant. Of course, before you got on the tour, which was great. Well, you were sort of a pro when you won the English Amateur, didn't you? Because again, that was another brilliant win.
Yeah, I just qualified on the Q school. But I was also in the Southern final of the English Amateur plan.
That's right.
And Andrew Norman.
David Lilly.
I played Andrew Norman first in the Southern final.
Yeah.
And I had to play him at Gloucester on his own table, which, you know, is not easy. We all know what he's doing in the seniors at the minute.
Yeah.
And then to play David Lilly, who's probably arguably got the best amateur CV record. There probably is.
Yeah, I thought that was a good win, that, because it was pretty tight, wasn't it?
The table was playing. I remember the table playing really tough, so it takes a bit of the scoring power out of things. So you got to sort of try and match play David's really hard, especially over a best of 19. But I managed to have a little bit of run, maybe my side here and there, and I got the win.
Yeah, it was nice to be with you that day, actually. It was a good day, you know.
Yeah.
Again, I'm lucky to be at some of these things, you know, that some of these achievements you've done. I missed the one, of course. Your most recent big win would, in my view, would be Q-Tour out in Sweden, because that was a really good win, wasn't it? Again, the standard's very high, isn't it?
I think the Q-Tour Sweden was probably the best event I've won.
Yeah, given the players,
standard and the quality of players. I mean, I think I beat Patrick Whelan, who's a top amateur, to play Michael Holt. We know what he's been doing. Yeah, because he just got to the quarters, the UK.
The UK, that's it.
To play Scott Bell, I believe, at London, who played really well. And then it was to play, obviously, Farrakh Ajaib, who's back on tour, Leon Davis, back on, and then play Andrew Higginson in the final. I mean, to have consistency.
Was that a crazy final, wasn't it? It was. To a decider.
I kept going one frame ahead.
That's it. Yeah.
Andrew pegged me back, and in the final, he spotted a pink. No, I played a nice safety, but I did lead the pink, and he had no other shot than to play at playing ball, and he's gone off in the middle, which is unfortunate for him, but I didn't mind it.
No, I remember you saying that, yeah.
And I remember he's played a poor safety on the black, and I got down to the black, and my head's still shaking, because, you know, a bit of adrenaline, and, you know, winning a big event, and, you know, we all know hard Q tours are to win. I mean, you look at the amount of good players in them that haven't won one yet, or, you know, and...
Yeah, Zhao in Tong on there now at the moment.
He's a top 8 player in the world for me. I know. It's a bit tough when young players are trying to get on and they've got to face someone like him with the scoring power when he's knocking in the ton every visit.
Yeah.
But obviously, it's you know, it's a good way of getting back on. And it lets you sort of know where you are. I felt a little bit hard done by when I did come sort of like provisionally second on it. I didn't get enough top-ups and stuff.
Yeah,
and
no, well, we're careful in Cuestars not to get involved in all the politics and
but
all, because
it's a great event.
It'll mess with your head. Right, so what I've got, Billy is going to do today is the 6 steps challenge, which is, you know, I don't deny this has sort of come from Hendry's Q-tips, the idea behind this, and I've just adapted it to make it really suitable for you know, a watchable challenge, because all the routines are consistent. So what Billy will be doing today will be what somebody will be doing next time that we get another one of our amazing players to do this challenge. So to begin with, Billy's going to do 2 reds, 2 blues, and that'll be step 1, and there's 6 steps to do. So unfortunately for you, I'm your referee for these 6 steps, and I'm not very good at refereeing. And through these first 3 steps, again, me and Billy will have a little conversation about things. I'll drop a things. So yeah, go far away. Got an hour, by the way, Billy. Everybody has an hour for this challenge. So I just thought I'd give a shout out to the Trinity Snooker Club, which we're at today, which is where he practices. He also is closely connected with the Reading Crucible, Jason Francis.
And Lyndon Paxford and all that.
Yeah.
This is a good start, isn't it?
Yeah, I know. Sure you'll find a way out of it better than you normally do. Now, if you hear strange noises, Billy's got a new trumpet tip.
Yeah.
So if you hear trumpet sounds as he pots the balls, well done, Billy. Right. So that's step 1, nicely done. So what we do now is we move to step 2, and this is in Hendry's Q-tips. There's 20 break.
It's just the 4 red one.
Yeah, 4 reds, 2 either side. Yeah.
Is it
and you can, as I said, with these you can put them into any pocket. You've got the ball, cue ball in hand to begin with.
Is it ball in hand every shot?
yeah. Perhaps I wouldn't do that kind of twist on it. So tomorrow, of course, we don't know when this video is going out, but Billy's using this as a bit of practice today, because tomorrow you're at Landywood, aren't you?
Landywood for the last English Amateur Tour.
Yeah, because you're in, you know, I think you said 10th place. Didn't you?
Yeah, so I'm in the top 10. Originally in the top 10, so
yeah.
I mean, one good last event, maybe I can push into the European men's.
Yeah, that's it. That's what's good about those things, isn't it? To get those places. I think that's, you know, again, that's another thing. Really
like I say, when you look down through the field of these events now, there's no easy matches.
No, no. And that's why I'm so proud. You know, so many Q-Star players are a bit high in the rankings, top of the rankings. You know, event winners like yourself. And to be fair to you, you were, you know, a great role model for all the players that are sort of following in your footsteps. Aren't they? So,
well, they know it. You know, winning Q tours and getting on the tour, it can be done. So
yeah, because what people won't know, but when you started in Q-Stars, it was a handicap system, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think started up. I managed. I think I got down about
bandit, weren't you?
Yeah, and then I did get cut to about a 42.
Yeah,
which you consider I was getting a 42 start off, like you like some Mike Finn and all that, and knocking in a 60 break.
Yeah,
it wasn't a.
Right, that's fantastic. So that's step 2 done. Oh, red's flying around. Obviously I'm going to cause him trouble. Oh, that was the blue, was it? Just for I'll grab that in a minute.
I've got it here, mate.
Yeah. Right. So steps 1 and 2 navigated nicely by Billy. So what we've now got is step 3. So this time, Billy, again, ball in hand to begin with, and this time it's 4 reds and 4 blacks.
Cool.
Okay. Yeah, the handicap system we had then was really, oh God, did I get some headaches for that. It worked quite well though, didn't it? Really?
Was it the...
Because at the time I had to do that, otherwise the club...
Well, it did, like, it still you might have got the odd winner here and there that was like, you kind of think, oh, he shouldn't have been off the handicap. But really, in general, your best players still sort of come through, like your Mike Finns, your Paul Davis, and Matt Wilsons and all that.
You think we had some tournaments then? I forget when you came on board, but there was tournaments around that time, there were 1 or 2 scratch ones, and we had Mark Selby win.
Mark,
16-year-old.
Yeah, did Judd Trump win one?
Yeah, well, Judd didn't win, but Judd made a century. I think he was 12 years old.
Didn't Selby beat Barry Hawkins? Was it Hawkins he beat him one? Or I think Hawkins was.
But we had a little bit of sponsorship then, and that was enabled us to put on some sort of, well, they were like pro-ams, weren't they, really?
Yeah, yeah. So I remember winning the under-15s rankings first, it was.
That's it, yeah.
I remember going into the last event at Southampton, me and Ryan Burdett from Salisbury.
That's it, yeah. Well, Ryan got back in touch with me recently.
Yeah, so he's playing Paul, wasn't he?
Or something.
He's playing Paul, and like I say, I remember playing him, and we drawed each other actually in the first or second round, and I managed to get the win over him, like to secure the rankings.
Yeah, yeah.
But you had some good players, like obviously Stephen Smart and all that was about back then, Adam Bobat.
Yeah. And then, of course, I know it was a bit after you, but Ben Harrison, you know, he was quality, wasn't he? He went on and won the English Amateur.
Yeah, Ben was a
championship,
a quality player. I mean, we had some tough battles with him over the years.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
The one that hurt was
it was a good period. That
I think the one that hurt me was when Ben won the English Amateurs. He beat me 8-7 in the semis. I was 7-4 down. I remember getting it back to 7 each and getting a little bit in front of the decider, and Ben fluked one to the middle going for one. Lost his head, got it, and I think he's made 50 from it.
Yeah, it's funny how you remember those moments.
You remember the ones that hurt?
I know, you always remember them better than the ones.
But at the time, you know, Ben was a top amateur in the country, you know.
Yeah,
so
he was a class player, yeah. I remember seeing him beat Karen and like put 130 breakings for him. And,
Ben was
somebody asked me, what do you think of Karen? And typically my rubbish predictions, I said, oh, he won't be any good.
Yeah,
Of course, he's a world champion. I said, Stephen Hendry wouldn't be any good. And he was a 7 times world champion.
Well,
so
the thing is with Kyron, I mean, you can ask my dad the story. I first played him in Pontin Star the Future, my first event. And I was in a group with Kyron. And I remember just watching him and like being in awe of him a little bit when I was young, because I just liked the way he played the game, the way he cued, like his long bottom was brilliant. And everyone was going on about Jack Lazowski, they were going on about Michael White. And I said to my dad, I said, do you know what? I said, I think this Kyron kid, and I draw with him 1 each in the groups.
Yeah.
The only frame he dropped, and I remember he got to the semis and lost to Michael White, but I said to my dad, I said, this kid I think's special.
Yeah.
I said, you can just, and I was only young at the time, and I always sort of liked the way Kyron played. And
yeah, because you became sort of friends and that, didn't you? Cause
I
remember that day I went over to Barrett's in Northampton with you. To play Kyron, and just again, this is an example of sort of how committed Kyron is to his snooker. Because you remember his lad was poorly, wasn't he, on the way, and he got rung. He said, I've been at the hospital. I'm not sure if I'm going to be get there. Wait. Find out how my son is. So I just ruled it out. He kindly said, you know, go and use my table for the day. And we were only there about an hour, and I was having this great time on this unbelievable table. And
Kyron turns up,
he's come in and played you, and then played like he does.
Like a demon. I remember, I think the same day, I think he absolutely destroyed me. Maybe 12-1, 12-0 maybe, I can't remember. But the thing with him is like, you know, he asked me to go back the next day again, and I went back there, and I remember giving him a really good game again, and I think I took a couple of sets off him. But that's the type of players you need to be playing to learn off of. I learned more from 12-0 than I would do any day of the week, me beating him or getting close to him. But like I say, we were grown up and played the England teams together, and to see what he's doing now is amazing, really.
Yeah, it was a good period when you were on the tour, because, as you know, me and Neil sort of, we went on a little journey with you, which was brilliant. And it was cool going around. I remember went to Joe Perry's, and I just went off to park the car. I came back and I said, how are you getting on? He said, oh, Joe's on his 4th century or something.
Yeah, he was on his 4th, I think, at the time, Well, it's a bit like, say, you get on tour, but it's not the fact of getting on tour. Then you got to sort of readjust again with like how good the standard is, because you almost get on there, so you're on a massive high.
Oh, it's very hard.
And then before you know it, you could lose 3 or 4 qualifiers, 4-0, 4 or what, and you know you're not done a lot wrong, and you're thinking, oh, I've got to buck my ideas up a bit quicker, and like, it was a great. I mean, we had some great times on there. Obviously, hopefully we can.
Well, I mean, just going to say, you'd love to get back on with it. I suppose what you want to do now is try and do this with blacks, try and nick a few extra points, I suppose. Yeah. Because you must have, you've got a good 15-20 minutes left.
It's quite an enjoyable hour, actually. Like when you just go through the routines and you just set a few up just for an hour.
Yeah. No, I'd like to think that people out there would be trying this, and having their own little go through it. There's 3. I think I've got about 4 or 5 challenges on there now, which lend themselves well to just a practice session. You know, so if you've got an hour, you could just do one of the challenges. There's one called Magnificent 7, one called the Rocket Method. Yeah, that's what it's all about, really. So when
you're not thought about doing that, going around doing, I know it's the tough table challenge what Hendry does.
Yeah, I just think that's been done, really. I think this is. I quite like the way that this is working, because we can have a little chat on the early routines, and then obviously it gets a bit more serious the last 2. But this just lends itself nicely, to the tough table challenge. I know what you mean, but I think that's been done now quite a bit.
But it's only going to be done by pros, isn't it?
Yeah, it has. But I mean, I think there's a few amateur players have put it up there. But it's like if I did it, I'd just get ripped to bits online, because I've already been told that my pockets on the table are massive.
I mean, to be fair, actually, when I first started watching the Hendry Q-tips and stuff, I was but now I actually enjoy watching it and the videos.
It's cracking idea.
I mean, I watched Dominic Dowell one where
it was
that was cool, funny, and
well, we know Dominic. He's so funny, isn't he? We used to sit down and chat with him a few times with the tournaments, and he just really is. He doesn't understand why he's called the Spaceman, but
we do.
We do. Because when he's
a very knowledgeable guy, though.
Yeah, when you were last on the tour, when we spoke to him then, that was a few years back. He was retiring, wasn't he?
Well, he says it every year.
Yeah. So he's retired more times.
We don't want you to retire, Dom.
No, we don't. Just trying to think. There's been lots of sports people retired thousands of times. Well, that was Reds and Blacks, wasn't it?
Yeah.
They were in the same place for everybody. You can get them ball in hand to begin with. And again, here, this in the Hendry thing is a 70 break, but there is 80 points available. Good.
Oh.
Yeah, sometimes that works out, sometimes it doesn't. You played it right though, you flicked off it.
Yeah, I just want a little flick off it. And...
Right, I'll try and call this out. So you're on 9. $16. $17. $22. $23. $28. 29. Yeah, nice shot. 37. Forty-four. 50. 51. 58. 59. 65. 66. Yeah, well done, mate. 72. Lovely stuff. Right. So we go to Xmas tree next. So is the Xmas tree again? It's not what Hendry did. Yeah. But it just is such a popular routine. This one, as I said, you can get this on the Cuestars Academy. The link will be up in the video. So what we've got a little triangle of 6 reds here.
Okay.
And then we've got 9 reds. He's got 4 in a line with the black.
Yeah.
On either side of the pink, and then these 3 again. We brought colours into play. Now, one thing that I insist on, because we've got amazing junior players, as you know, and I want to sort of get this message out to them, is that when you do Xmas tree, you treat it like a match.
Yeah.
And what I mean by that is you will need to disturb these reds to be able to win in one visit.
Yeah, yeah.
But if a red goes, if you, in disturbing those reds, a red goes over on the side cushion, that is to your favour.
To your favour, yeah.
That's protection. It's what I call like an insurance ball.
Yeah, yeah.
So, and what I've had is I've had people doing this routine, and they'll go into the reds again even after they've got enough to win the frame.
Yeah, yeah.
And I think you would agree with that, wouldn't you? Because you've played on the professional tour. If you can one visit,
yeah,
it is such a big strength.
Yeah, it's a massive. It just takes believe it or not, once you one visit, it takes off in a game. It don't tire you out as much.
Exactly. Yeah. So
you're not wasting unwanted energy on a frame.
Yeah.
And you're keeping yourself in that good rhythm, that good mode, and it. You one visit a frame. It makes you so confident in yourself.
And if you're keeping the player cold. I mean, providing you get to a point where they won't come back to the table. Which again, I would say that you try and, when you train Xmas tree, you try and reach that spot. So you try and get probably 11 reds. So you've got that cushion where somebody's just going to say no, because then you've kept them in their seat. They're cold.
Yeah.
Interestingly, I think I've seen all you players, our top players like yourself. If a red is safe, you invariably, if you're on 90 or 100, you're going to knock that off the cushion.
You're going to knock it off,
because you're in flow. So
if I'm on a 30 or 40 going to the pack and I see a red guard on the cushion, I'm really quite happy, because I've got that assurance ball there now.
Perfectly, yeah. So, that's the message I want to get out there.
Especially like your players.
So when you junior players, I've been watching you do this, and you've been keep going into the reds. You've get worried about a ball that's on the cushion, and there you go. You've heard it from a former pro, English Amateur Tour winner. As I said, that is in your favour.
You talk to Joe Perry and all that, they'll all say the same. All the commentators, when you watch them on TV, they go in the pack on 50.
Yeah.
A red push to the corner. Amount of time you see a commentator goes, well, there you go. Like that's another insurance bonus for the frame.
Isn't it? Yeah.
You know,
absolutely perfect.
I mean, obviously, young kids, I know what they're like. They want to clear up every time, and
well, of course they do.
But you can still clear up. You can be on 90, and you know you can flick the red out. You can land on. You play a double.
Yeah.
There's so many scenarios.
And I've always said, once you've got past that winning post and the opponent's not come back, then you can play all your exhibition stuff.
Yeah.
Like that little short video we did, you kind of gave to me. I mean, that's when you can play all those shots.
Yeah, yeah.
Nine. $15. 16. 23. 24. 31. 32. 39. 47. 48. 55. 56.
Ooh. It's grippy, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Well, that's the number 10. Isn't it? It's
a
good cloth. Yeah. $59. 'Good shot. 60. 67. 68. 69. 73. 74. 80. 81. 87. 88. 95. 96. 103. 104. 110. 112. 115. 'That is good. I'm impressed with that. Lovely shot, mate. 119.
Getting back, mate.
124. 130. 'Yeah, brilliant. Absolutely brilliant, mate. Fantastic. Love it. Billy did amazing there. I did amazing too, because he asked me before we start not to mention his favourite football team. So I was very careful there not to mention Manchester United at all. So so there you go, Billy. I didn't mention them. Again, I won't say what Billy scored. It'll come up under, you know, I'll be putting it up on the screen now. But the level of play that you saw there and the speed that he plays is incredible. So watchable. So, you know, massive thanks, Billy,
thank you
for being a good sport and doing the 6 Steps challenge.
Yeah, thank you
for Cuestars. And yeah, so thanks for watching. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't done so already, please subscribe to the channel, because that's a bit of a game changer, isn't it, for what we're doing in the area, because it's just brilliant to show all our amazing players that we have. And I'll see you in another one of these videos very soon.